Hi, I'm Laura Custo, and this is Light the Way. Each week, I show you how to use the moon's energy to plan your life and achieve your goals in as little as 5 minutes. Because integrating spirituality actually can be easy, and it is so much better than any other goal setting system out there. It's less stressful, it's less work, and it is less force. It is all flow, okay? Let's dig in. This is the week of February 9th through the 15th, 2025. And here's the general flow to the week in a very short and sweet summary. We start the week off on Sunday the 9th, still in the energy of the first quarter moon that we had back on February 5th. All right. Then Monday through Saturday, we are in the energy of the full moon that's happening in Leo on Wednesday, February 12th. Okay. So, digging into the details here a little bit more, let's start off with that Sunday and that first quarter energy. So, really, Sunday, if you have not used the first quarter yet, and we use the first quarter by taking committed action towards what we want. If you haven't done this yet, this is your window. And Sunday's actually a really good day to do that. And I'll get into that in a couple seconds here. But again, first quarter, committed action. Now, what does that mean? Okay. At the first quarter, the moon is essentially saying this to us. It's saying, what do you want? Show me what you want. Do you want this or do you want this? So what you do is you outwardly take some sort of action towards what you want, or you take outward action towards what you don't want. So for example, let's say there's a promotion happening at work and a job gets posted that you're really interested in, but maybe you don't think you're qualified for, but you really would want it. You apply for that job, okay? The other thing, maybe you're dating someone and it's really just kind of meh, it's not great. And you know that, but you're just sort of stringing along. Maybe it'll get better, who knows. Well, honestly, if a first quarter moon comes along, and especially if it's activating your house of relationships, it's time to stop it. It really is. So that's what I mean by committed action. Now, the couple energies that are happening on the 9th that will be active for a couple days, and then one of them will be active for most of the week, that will really help you. I'm going to go through those right now. So, Sunday the 9th, Mercury is making a cazimi with the sun. And cazimi, isn't that such a fun word, right? Cazimi means that they are coming together. And when Mercury and the sun do this, it's this like spark of a moment of heightened clarity because the sun represents ourselves, our sense of self, and Mercury is communication and analysis. So it's this like sudden moment, an outburst of clarity with respect to ourselves. And so if you maybe have been thinking about what to do on the first quarter, but you haven't figured it out yet, Sunday may be a day for you because this day can be really great for analyzing and then communicating in a way that serves your highest good. All right. Also, in that time, and this happened the day before, but Mars is coming into a harmonious aspect, a trine with Saturn. Now, this energy will be active all week until about Thursday. And a trine is very helpful energy. These two planets, Mars and Saturn, are not, they're the two malefic planets, right? They are the hard ones. They're the ones who kind of teach us our lessons. And so, but when they come together in a trine, it's harmonious. And so what we have here is Mars, the planet of action and assertion, interacting harmoniously and working together with Saturn, the planet of responsibility, authority, discipline, and following the rules. So when it comes to that first quarter, again, if you're looking to take some action and maybe you're wondering if people are going to get caught off guard, think about this Mars Saturn and think about how can I do this, do this, Mars, take action in a way that has some backbone to it, right? That's Saturn. And so this energy is really aiding us to take responsible, disciplined action. Okay. So if you're worried about it, how it's being received, and again, you want to be in your highest good, you've got that Mercury Sun Kazemi, and then you've got this really great Mars Saturn. That's Mars helping you do it, but Saturn doing it responsibly, right? So I would lean into that. If you haven't taken some first quarter action yet, Sunday's your day. Okay. And if you'd like more information on that first quarter, go ahead and check out the episode from last week. We get into it all in a lot more detail. And first quarters, I think, are so fun. Like they are our opportunity to move things along, right? We got to participate in our dreams. Okay, then we move into Monday and we start to get into the energy of the full moon that we have coming up on Wednesday, the 12th. Now, this is a full moon in Leo. Leo is a fire sign and it's ruled by the sun. So, this is a feisty full moon. And it's going to have some feisty energy coming along with it as well. So, now when we work with this energy, it's helpful to know which area of our life is being supported. So, when we do that, we look at your astrology chart and we figure out which area of life Leo oversees for you. And it's different for everyone. So, maybe it's your business, maybe it's your relationships, and perhaps it's your spirituality. And if you'd like to know which area of life Leo oversees for you so that you can focus on this full moon, go to lauracusto.com and pop in your info, and I will send you a free 2-week trial of Moon Chat. And that will tell you what area is in focus, not just for this Leo full moon, but for each and every moon phase that we have, so you know how to use it each week. Okay, now let's dig into this feisty full moon and more about how it's going to probably present itself. So the day before the full moon, so the full moon's on the 12th, on the 11th, the sun makes a square to Uranus. Now, Uranus this is going to be active all throughout the full moon. So that means that Uranus, which is the planet of sudden breakthroughs, innovation, unexpected surprises, freedom, it's playing a part in this full moon. So I would be prepared to buckle your seatbelt here. You might need to do that. And the visual I want to paint for you here. So imagine, I just want to kind of paint the picture of what the planets look like up in the sky. So just imagine you're looking down on Earth and put a circle around it. And that represents the sort of the path that all the planets can take, right? They're all around us. Now, at a full moon, imagine that circle is a clock face. And the sun and the moon are going to be directly opposite each other. So the sun is at 12 o'clock and the moon is at 6 o'clock, okay? 12 and 6. And every time they come into direct opposition, which happens, by the way, once a month because the moon moves so fast, but every time they come into that opposition and we're in the middle is a full moon, okay? So now what this means is that we have this push-pull. Again, remember, okay, so this is 12 o'clock, this is 6 o'clock, directly across. It's kind of like a teeter-totter. I'm on top. No, I'm on top, right? There's this push-pull, push-pull. And so the way that kind of plays out every full moon is I want that, which is the sun, me, I want that, but I don't know if I feel like it, or I don't know if I want to do the work to get it, or I know I should be responsible, but I don't feel like it. So, and that one right there is I know I should be responsible, but I don't really feel like it. That's a very common full moon energy. We often see people kind of let loose and have fun on a full moon. Full moons are a great time to have big parties and celebrations. It's a great time to get married because you're kind of riding that energy. So that's the general gist of the energy that we have going on. Now we're going to enter Uranus into the mix. So Uranus is making this square, and that means it's a quarter of a revolution from the sun. And it'll also be a quarter of a revolution from the moon because that's the halfway point, right? So imagine you have that 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock of the sun and the moon. Now Uranus would be at, say, 9 o'clock, right? Or 3, either or. So it's right there in the middle. And when planets make that angle, right, you have a 12 and a 9, or a 6 and a 9. But now you have two planets, the sun and the moon, both making that aspect to Uranus right there in the middle. It's called a square. And the square always creates tension. And so what we have here is this energy of Uranus, the energy of sudden breakthroughs, innovation, unexpected surprises. It adds this element of sort of irrationality, or what may seem irrational. It's a time when I think we perhaps will see ourselves and other people acting a little bit out of character. So sudden upsets, especially with your children, just have some patience for that this week. A sense of within ourself, a sense of our self and our emotions mixed with a sudden realization about something that might seem out of character for us. And of course, others too, our peers, our spouses, our partners, our coworkers. Just know that those are the energies going on. And then to top it off, where are the planets? So they're making those angles, but what signs are they in? I mentioned the moon's in Leo. So Leo is all about the self, me. So it's your emotions are very self-focused. but the sun is in Aquarius, which is all about the collective. And so your logical thoughts, it's more ego based, but the sun could be more collective focused. And then you have Uranus in Taurus, and Taurus is a very grounding sign, which I think helps a bit here. But it's about really having something tangible to grab onto. So I see this energy, it could come up as reconciling conflict around something we know is good for everyone, but we can't figure out how to feel good about it ourselves because we can't see maybe the stability in it for us, right? Like that's the Uranus component. Or maybe someone wants to break free, that would be the Uranus of something, but they can't figure out how to do it because they're afraid they're going to let everyone down, right? So that could be that collective focus along with that groundedness of Taurus. And this one could be a lot, is all I'm saying. Now, how do you use it? What do you do? I've kind of given you a couple tips here, things to watch out for. And it's really a continuation of that. Full moons are a time to be present and to experience life. There are a time when things can happen, things happen, things come to light. That's what they're all about, the culmination point, right? And so, be there, be present for it, be a part of the culmination, participate in it, right? And but be there, be present, ride the wave, ride through it. Don't necessarily think that you've got to make sense of it all right now, or you've got to figure out what you're going to do next. Just be there and participate fully in it. Go through it is what I would say. And then, yes, have this awareness around the energy so that you can navigate it, right? It's almost like surfing a wave. The full moon is that point where you catch the wave, but it's like, imagine that how big the wave's going to get, or that there's a chance that it could get a little erratic. That's what you have in your back pocket now that you know this about what's going on. So use that as you're riding the wave. Okay. Finally, on Friday the 14th, which is Valentine's Day, Mercury enters Pisces. Now, that's very fitting for Valentine's Day. Pisces is it's a sign of love. It's very, very associated with love. Venus, the planet of love and pleasure, is exalted in Pisces. However, Mercury is not. Mercury actually is sort of, it's not a great place for Mercury to be. Now, that's because Mercury loves to be busy and it loves the details and analysis and communication. That's really where it shines. Pisces is not an area of the sky that is conducive to that. Pisces loves to dream and it loves to expand and explore. It does not like to focus at all. It's very malleable and it's incredibly emotional. And so when I think about this, Mercury being in Pisces, I sort of think of a child let loose playing outside. It's like, imagine, oh, there's a caterpillar and that's so cute. And then a bird flies by and it runs. And then before it knows it, it's like halfway down the street and it can't find its mother and it's lost, So with Mercury in Pisces for the next few weeks, it's going to be there until March 3rd. We might find communication a little harder, especially if we want to get results and we want to get to some sort of conclusions. You may find all sorts of tangents in conversations with other people, as well as within your own thoughts, okay? So my advice, now that you know, you can be aware. So a little bit more time, or just give yourself some space, some self-love and forgiveness for dreaminess and these sort of seemingly dead ends. Because honestly, Mercury, it's moving around just like all the other planets. It moves a little quicker, obviously, because it's closer to the sun. And it goes through every single sign at least 2 or 3 times a year, which means we all need to have this happen. We all need times when Mercury's in a really great sign where it's really busy and getting things done and very productive. And we also need times when we can dream, when we can run away with our thoughts and not really have a purpose or a focus. And so for these next few weeks until March 3rd, when you find yourself in those situations, just remember this. Oh, well, Mercury's in Pisces. This is a time of the year to dream a little bit and have a little more, create a little more room and understanding for that. Knowing that, after it's in Pisces, it's moving into Aries, which it gets the focus in Aries. So it will go retrograde back into Pisces after that, but we'll get into that later. But just know that this is a time to allow yourself to dream. Mercury is also not retrograde right now. So this dreaminess and time in Pisces is productive. It's moving forward, moving things ahead. So you never know where these sort of seemingly dead end conversations may take you. Okay. So we're also going to have a last quarter and a new moon in the next couple of weeks with Pisces, with Mercury in Pisces. So I'm sure it will add elements of dreamy analysis and exploration for those moon phases if we allow it. So, all right, that is the week. So Sunday, get those first quarter actions in, get them done. Don't waste the first quarter. It's your time to move things along. And then buckle up for that full moon. But just remember, stay present, stay with it, go through it, and ride that wave. All right. The best way to approach that full moon is with presence. So give yourself the gift of being fully present in your life and show up for yourself and others in a way that makes you proud. Okay. So I hope this has been helpful. Thank you so much for watching and listening. If something resonated or if you have any questions, I would love to hear from you. Please leave a review, leave a comment. And if you've enjoyed this, I would so appreciate it if you would subscribe, like the video, and share it with your friends. Okay. I will see you next week.